Hey, Dennis Tubergen here with the second video blog of the week. In the first blog, I talked a bit about an excerpt from the autobiography of Benjamin Franklin. And in case you missed the first video blog, I'll give you just a bit from this autobiography. In his autobiography, Mr. Franklin outlines how the money supply grew as a result of printing money. And if you're a history buff, you know that Ben Franklin was a printer. And he actually got the contracts to print the money, so from that perspective, he thought that was a pretty good deal. However, he says in his autobiography, "I now think, referring to money printing, there are limits beyond which the quantity may be hurtful." Well, history teaches us that Mr. Franklin is right. See, whenever money is printed, it finds a home. And there will always be consequences for money printing I believe, from my study of history. And there was an interview, June 2, not that long ago, that was done by the Economic Times with Jim Rogers. Now, Jim Rogers has been a guest on my radio program, the Everything Financial radio program, several times. And I want to give you just a bit about what Jim says about the results of money printing. Now, if you're not familiar with Jim Rogers, he was the co-founder of the Quantum Fund with George Soros many, many years ago. He's a billionaire investor and he lives in Singapore. Now, he says this: all the markets are up because the central banks are printing more and more money. So it's astonishing for me to see this keep on happening. The Europeans, the Japanese keep on pumping more money. Even the U.S. money supply is going up. Interest rates have been going up or down, but all the central banks continue to pump money into the system. It's going to end someday. The markets went down, not by very much, and all the central banks printed money again. I said to you before, too, what happens? That markets go down a good deal, and the central banks panic and print more money. I mean, this is absurd what is happening to the world. We're going to pay a horrible price someday. Later on in the interview, he says, this is his prediction: well, I expect some serious economic turmoil and financial market turmoil in the next 5 to 10 years. I would expect in the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to see markets around the world being weak and maybe even collapse in some countries. See, whenever money is printed, money finds a home. Whenever money is printed, there are consequences. And while the consequences may seem like money printing is helping for a while, as Benjamin Franklin acknowledged, there is always a bad ending somewhere. So we would urge you to consider protecting yourself from this. You can get more information in my book, New Retirement Rules, or you can attend one of the classes or look at some of the resources that we have online. But remember, nobody cares as much about your money as you do, so be sure to educate yourself. Thanks for watching.